Troy, what'd you see competitively out of your team in the fourth quarter there?
Yeah, no doubt, right? To continue to fight and battle. I mean, absolutely, throughout the entire game. Yes, sir.
As you're trying to make these strides with the new roster, to have a game like this where they do compete to literally the final buzzer, how much does that help in growth, do you think?
I don't know how to measure that. I don't know how I could really answer that, in terms of with accuracy, in terms of how do you just quantify that or qualify or whatever it may be. No, we I think for the most part, you realize how you have to play throughout. I mean, these guys worked like crazy. We just got to get better. That's all there is to it.
Coach, the quarterbacks, can you talk about their play tonight with Johnson to start and then Boucher came in and play the way he did?
Yeah, I think it's the best hands down, it's the best John's played since he's been here. Just some of the movement, some of the anticipation on throws, and had a couple of good runs, with determination too.
What can you take as good out of this game? What are you going to show the guys to say, if we continue to do this, I see us getting better?
Well, you hear me say it, and I wish there was another way to put it into words so you could have something that was a little more original, but we need to play games and we need to grow from experiences. And, at some point, again, I don't know, I think it might have been Jim Arthur asked on Wednesday, we just got to get where we have 10-plus guys that have played 10-plus snaps in 10-plus games. I didn't say starts, I said snaps, and that's not a very high bar. I get it, but it would help, and it will help. We just got to keep pushing and grinding.
Hey, Coach, Bryce Nolans here with Sports Forum Colorado. Can you go over a little bit of John Boucher's outing tonight? He struggled really hard in the second, and the third quarter, but he brought this team back and almost gave you a chance to tie it late. Can you just go over his outing?
I think more than anything else, just seeing, he played, right? He started the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and you're right in the middle of it. Last week, you had a chance to kind of step back and observe a little bit, which wasn't a bad thing at all. He's been getting still all kinds, a ton of reps in practice, and, just the fire and some of the confidence. He played with more confidence. He was more assertive, and so some of the leadership comes to the surface too. And then we got to be patient. Easier said than done.
A couple of the coaching decisions. Why go for 2 when it's 21-13?
Yeah, fair question. Just you're thinking you convert a 2-point play, 10-2, right around 45% of the time, half the time. As soon as you hit about the last 17, 18 minutes, the fourth quarter is where we were, is if you're going to make, you think there's a really good chance you're going to at least make 1 out of 2 2-point conversions. If it's a 45, it's a coin toss or in that neighborhood. And if you hit it the first time, then now it's a touchdown and an extra point. And when it doesn't work, got to take the bullet.
And at the end of the second quarter, if you were going to go for the 4th down, which you did, why not take the timeout before so you have a little more time to work with after you convert?
Yeah, the reason why is I wanted to make sure that they had no chance, or really wanted to reduce the chance of what they could do with an additional play. The one variable that wasn't involved there was the wind. They would have had the wind if they come up with a 4th down stop, and if you snap it at 35 seconds with the wind, they got a chance. I think they still had 2 timeouts. They might even had 3, where they could have ran, 6, 7 plays maybe.
And then how did you come about with John Boucher at quarterback? What happened in the week with Quentin Hayes, and then what happened with Josh Johnson?
Well, I just, we got down to it. Quentin did not practice on Thursday, was not able to practice, and is going to be out here for a while. And we just had to make a decision between John and Josh. And yet, I can tell you, we didn't know what that decision was as far as who was going to go out there and run the first play. We were going to play both of them tonight.
Camby, what did you see, on the goal line, and then after that, SR, what did you see when the ball came loose?
You mean like
The forced fumble you had.
it just a big hole wide up, and I was the only person in there, so I just tried to fit him like I could, and I was able to get the ball out, put my shoulder pad around the ball, and it came out loose. But yeah, would you?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working that play all week, and I just knew that as long as I set the edge, that I have a lot of confidence in Camby to come down and really make a play on that ball. And so I wasn't surprised when I seen that ball come out.
And you guys hadn't really played a game that came down to the wire like this in a while. And I realize you guys are seniors, so your perspective is probably a little different in terms of growth. But how much does this help the team that it has now competed for 60 minutes and just kind of has that feel of a competitive game?
I think it helps it a lot. We realize that we are a tough team and we're fighters. We fight till the last minute. I think that really just showed us that we're one play closer to actually, winning the game. Putting the whole thing together and actually winning. So.
Yeah, just kind of what Camby said. It just kind of showed that even when adversity hits, we just gotta, we gotta keep going. And like you said, like we fought, just gotta keep going.
This is for both of you guys. Can you guys describe what it feels like to feed off the energy the offense was building in the late third quarter, early fourth quarter after a lot of struggles on offense, you guys trying to keep them in the game, and they finally get the offense rolling? How does it feed your guys' energy on defense to keep CSU from building on their lead?
I'm proud of our offense. Our offense fought hard. Like, they played really, really well. And at the end of the day, as a defense, we just got to do a better job of, just helping them out and doing what we got to do, tackling and all that stuff.
It was definitely good to see our offense keep fighting, and the energy was definitely good because, as you've seen in the fourth quarter, we were able to get stops, to help them out and able to get them or help get stops so they can score. But definitely, the energy definitely helped us. So, yeah.
As the losses here are continuing to grow, I'm sure frustration is too. How do you guys keep yourself from getting too frustrated and maybe looking ahead, especially, knowing that this is the last season you play and, there's only so many games left?
I think we just understand that we are really close to actually pulling off a win, and it's hard to win. It really comes down to one or two plays, and we just gotta keep working to fix those mistakes that we're making. And yeah, we're really close. So we've got to keep positivity, on the team to know we can do this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like what Camby was saying, we just got to stay together. There's no frustration or anything like that in the locker room. We just got to, just play as one, help each other out, pick each other up, and just keep going forward.
And you've got a week off now before going to Army. What do you anticipate in terms of just energy and preparation over the next couple of weeks before that matchup?
This is just a big rivalry, so we got a lot of emotions into the game, and last year they kind of derailed our season, and we're looking to derail their season, do the same thing. So we just got to be focused on the details and come out to work Monday.
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. We have 2 weeks to prepare for that game, so we just got to go in and really just lock in and just focus, and just get ready to go out to New York and go play that game.
Final score aside, was the fourth quarter maybe the first time you guys have truly had fun out there operating this offense and showing what it can do?
I think so, yeah. We were rolling, we were playing free. It wasn't uptight, it was we got the ball going. We're moving down the field. We're playing with a little fire, a little passion, and I think that's the best time we can play football is when we're nice and free.
I would kind of agree with that, but just for the whole year, it's fun playing with our guys. So, obviously we're not getting the results we want, but just being out there together is always fun for me.
What do you think it took to unlock that, from the offense?
I think it was just persistence. We weren't moving the ball like we wanted to in the first half. But when that second half started, that first drive, even though we got 0 points out of it, we liked how we were moving the ball, how we were pushing their front four. And I think it was just that persistence of hitting them over and over and over, getting them a little tired, and eventually broke through. And that's how we ended up scoring.
Yeah, like we work a lot, so we kind of pride ourselves on trying to outlast our opponents, and we did for the most part. Just came up a little short.
Tyler, you kind of mentioned it earlier, like the results aren't showing. How are you guys keeping your heads up? How are you each week, like when you come off a loss and a game that you feel like you should have won, how do you keep your heads up?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like the Lord gave you another day, so be happy about it. And aside from that, like every day we're in the locker room, we're laughing with each other, having a good time, pushing each other. So you really got to lean on your teammates, especially when it's not going how you want it to.
Dylan, you kind of ran with some spring today that I haven't really seen yet. Do you think that's a matter of just getting healthier, getting back in the flow? What do you kind of attest that to?
100%. All my credit is to God and our strength staff and sports med staff. They, pushed me through a 8-week recovery in 4 weeks, and I can't say anything else but to thank God to put me in that position. Then I got credit my O-line. It wasn't much of me, but it was their action of getting that push, getting a body on a body, and giving me those creases to run.
And then to have the taste of that second half going into an off week before going to Army, how much do you think that's going to help you guys just in the next 14 days?
I think it's definitely going to sting. No one on the team wants to be 1-6, but the improvements we're making is substantial. Some teams, when they're down this low, they're just going to give up and just going to quit on themselves and everybody else. But we believe in ourselves, and we know we got to take it 1 week at a time. And I think we're looking forward to playing Army.
We're gonna prepare as hard as we ever have. So this is what we got to play for right now. Kind of spoil their season like they did to us. So it'll be good for us. We're gonna use this bye week, get some guys back, and heal up a little bit, and give them all we got.